Hello, everybody, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what my prediction was for 2016. I did predict Trump winning. I'm not saying that, because he won and everybody thought that he would lose. I did think he would win. I made a bet with my grandmother, bet $10. She thought that Hillary would win. I said Trump would win. She ended up paying me $10. But I'm going to show you my prediction, and it was pretty much um, what I saw in the poll. Like, if you look at the RCP no toss-up electoral map between Hillary Clinton and Trump, it's very similar to what I predicted with that. I didn't think that Trump would win Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. I had him winning a different way. But anyway, let's get to the video. So, safe states: California, Washington, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maryland, DC. And those are all the top safe Democrats. Now, safe Republican. I had Utah as safe. I didn't think Evan McMullin would do much of a dent on Trump. And he did drop it somewhat, but still won that state by a safe margin anyway. And I had, yes, like this. So 131 to 116. And now likely Maine's 1st congressional district. Delaware, New Jersey, Illinois, Minnesota, Michigan. Actually, not Michigan. Actually, yeah. No, not Michigan. And that was about it with likely states. And then likely Republican states. I had Texas, South Carolina, and that was about it for and Nebraska 2nd congressional district. That's a likely Republican state. Now lean Democrat, Connecticut, Oregon, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. I all had leaning Democrat, as well as Virginia, New Mexico, and Colorado. I had leaning Democrat. Actually, I'll go back. I'll leave out Pennsylvania and Colorado. I did think he had a chance at those. Now, lean Republican states, I had Georgia, Arizona, Ohio, and Iowa. Based on the polls, it definitely looked like they were going to go to Trump, just based on the lean margins, as well as Maine 2nd congressional district. I also had Maine at large leaning Clinton. So the polls did look like back then that Iowa and Ohio were going to Trump. Trump was up in those states, especially in the final. I mean, this was my prediction literally the day before the election, and Trump was doing well in the polls. He was up I think 4 or 5 in Ohio, and a similar amount in Iowa. Okay, now we'll do tilt Republican states. I thought North Carolina and Florida will both tilt Republican. You could have argued they would lean. I said a tilt. I also believed that Pennsylvania and Colorado would both tilt blue. Just based on the polls, I trusted the polls back then. I believe they were, they showed the election, pretty accurately, and they didn't do the worst job. I've learned, not to take them for granted as much because, I did mess a lot of the states up. Even based on proportion, like Hillary won Colorado by 5 points and New Mexico by 10 points. I got that wrong. And, even North Carolina, it was a lean state. Also, let's go. And let's say I had Trump tilting New Hampshire red, and I had him tilting Nevada red. So I had him winning 270 to 268. I was just like, and they said there's no path for Trump to win. I was like, I was pretty much messing around with the electoral map. I wasn't as into the polls and all that back then. Now I definitely am more of, but I did the no toss up for the electoral map, and I was looking at the states, and that's what I predicted Trump would win. 270, 268. It was a pretty confident prediction based on what the no toss map was for RCP the day right before the election. But this was my final prediction. I'll transfer everything to safe, so you can all see it in one color. here we go. Not sure if you can hear somebody's voice over there. So it definitely looks a lot more blue than I predicted, but Texas obviously was a likely this time, and definitely wasn't as competitive as it is now. However, I saw probably this is the second amount closest election that you could possibly have. 269, 269 would have been the other thing. And if Trump lost the second congressional district, then that would have been a tie. He still would have won in the House because they would have voted for him over Hillary Clinton, obviously. But this is what I saw to be the 2016 election prediction between Trump and Hillary. I made the bet with my grandmother. She paid me $10. She was surprised. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I was just like, came to a realization, and I was like, Trump is actually going to win. Trump's going to be president. And, I was like, geez. I mean, it became a little bit surreal when you actually find out who the next president's going to be. I wouldn't say it's a surprise because obviously it was very possible that he could have won over Hillary, but it just was a lot more surreal for me. Anyway, this is what I predicted for 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, stay tuned for more videos like these and predictions for 2020 and poll analyses and Senate predictions and all sorts of things, governor predictions, VP nominees, how they can help and hurt a candidate, and enjoy. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Goodbye.